Good morning. I'd like to begin by commending you all for investing your lives in the future of humanity. If you're here today, it's probably because you entered a career in education with the noblest of intentions. You probably began with a sentiment of heroism to stir the minds and hearts of people at their peak impressionability, to implore a young mind to consider the alternative, to find their own way, to quench the indefatigable beast of curiosity. But, sadly, you may not have found your aspirations so profoundly successful. You may have found yourself torn between giving your favorite lesson, one which you know with certainty has the potential to challenge conventionality and arouse your students' imagination, and reviewing the hackneyed material for the SOLs that will only bury your students' innate, curious intellects in mounds of multiple choice questions. What is so demoralizing about the process is that it's both cruel for educators and learners. When I last spoke on the subject of standardized testing, a former teacher of mine remarked, "Boy, do I feel underappreciated today." But it's not like that. The struggle against the system we loathe is not one for either teachers or students. We fall together. What we face is a systematic disincentive for originality and creativity and a general appreciation for public education. It must be devastating for a teacher to make his or her way to school knowing that boredom and frustration mar the air of the classroom. The classroom scene is tragic because children have an intrinsic affinity for learning, but their imagination is stifled by number 2 pencils and darkly filled circles. Their explorative nature is thwarted by overhead sets of release questions. Their ingenuity, their fervor, is barred by nervous intercom speeches about the importance of the test they will be taking today. And teachers are not to blame. I recently read about Park Middle School in Atlanta, which has since been closed, where the principal, Christopher Waller, was known to write a teacher's target figures on the floor in front of the doorway to the classroom. See, the problem we face is not administrative. It's fundamental. The idea that data, test scores, are the sole metric by which a teacher's efficacy should be judged, a school's efforts should be measured, is fundamentally wrong. But the inescapable pressure of data is the core of the no child left behind philosophy. It defines so much of a school's atmosphere, yet it reveals so little. A reading SOL score does not reflect a teacher's personal investment in the life of a struggling student. The results of the Algebra 2 assessment do not recall the tremendous passion with which an educator attempts to bring vivacity to the subject. An Earth Science Score report does not remark upon the uplifting sense of humor a teacher offers to quell the anxiety of a student whose home life is less than healthy. The truth is, many of these scores are skewed by factors outside the control of teachers.